Welcome to Let's Learn English, the podcast where we help you improve your English in a fun and natural way. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Daniel. It's great to be with you all today.
It really is. So, Daniel, I've got a question for you. Do you have any travel plans coming up?
Ooh, I wish, but it's definitely on my mind. And that actually brings us to our topic for today.
It does indeed. Today, we're talking all about travel, specifically how to book accommodation. Hotels, apartments, that sort of thing.
Right. It's one of those essential skills you need when you're traveling to an English-speaking country. So let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first. When you're planning a trip, you need a place to stay. What are the options, Daniel?
Well, the most obvious one is probably a hotel, right? That's what everyone thinks of first.
Mm-hmm.
It's a building with rooms, a reception desk, usually some services like room cleaning every day.
Exactly. And you often get amenities, which is a great word, by the way. Amenities like a pool or a gym.
Or a restaurant. Okay, so that's a hotel. What else is there?
Well, for travelers on a budget, there are hostels.
Hostels, right. I've stayed in a few of those. They're different.
Different is a good word. They're usually cheaper because you might share a room with other people. It's called a dormitory or dorm room.
Yeah, with bunk beds. It's a great way to meet other travelers, though.
Totally. Then there's something called a B&B.
B&B. What does that stand for?
It stands for bed and breakfast.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah, they're usually smaller, maybe like a large house run by a family, and as the name suggests, you get a bed for the night and breakfast in the morning. They're often really cozy and personal.
That sounds nice. And the last big one these days is like a vacation rental, right? Using websites like Airbnb or VRBO.
Exactly. That's where you rent a whole apartment or maybe just a room in someone's house. It gives you more freedom, maybe a kitchen to cook your own meals.
Right, so you can feel a bit more like a local.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we know the types of places. Now, what about the words and phrases we need to actually book one?
Good question. The first verb you need is to book, or you can also say to make a reservation. They mean the same thing. I'd like to book a room, or I'd like to make a reservation.
Okay, book or make a reservation. Got it.
Then you need to know what kind of room you want.
Right, because they're not all the same.
Not at all. The most common are a single room for one person,
Okay,
a double room, which has one big bed for two people, like a queen or king-size bed.
right, for a couple maybe.
Yep. And then this is a tricky one, a twin room.
A twin room, so that's for twins?
Not necessarily. It's a room for two people, but with two separate single beds.
Ah, that's a really useful distinction. So if I'm traveling with a friend, I'd ask for a twin room, not a double room.
You got it. And for those feeling fancy, there's a suite.
A suite, that's like a bigger room, right? Maybe with a separate living area?
Exactly. It's like a small apartment inside the hotel.
Okay, so what about those amenities you mentioned? What are some common ones to ask about?
Well, the number one for me is always, does the room have free Wi-Fi?
Oh, 100%. That's non-negotiable.
Right? You can also ask, is breakfast included? Sometimes it is, sometimes you have to pay extra.
Good one. What about a swimming pool or free parking if you're driving?
Yes, or you might want to ask about air conditioning, which we often shorten to AC. Does the room have AC?
That's super important in a hot climate.
For sure. Two other key phrases are check-in and check-out.
Right. Check-in is when you arrive and get your key, and check-out is when you leave and pay.
Perfect. You'll often hear, what time is check-in? The hotel might say, check-in is from 3 p.m.
Okay, that all makes sense. And what if they don't have any rooms?
The sad moment. They will say, sorry, we are fully booked.
Fully booked, meaning no empty rooms.
Exactly. Or they might say, we don't have any availability.
You know what might be helpful? We should do a little role play so people can hear it in action.
I love that idea. Okay, you be the guest and I'll be the hotel receptionist. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, the Palmwood Hotel. Jessica speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, yes. I'd like to make a reservation, please.
Certainly, sir. For which dates are you looking to book?
I'm looking for the 10th to the 12th of July, so that's for 2 nights.
the 10th to the 12th of July. Let me just check our availability for you. One moment.
Thank you.
Yes, we do have rooms available for those dates. What kind of room were you looking for?
I'll be with my wife, so a double room, please.
Of course, we have a standard double room available. The rate is €150 per night.
Okay, can I just ask a few questions?
Absolutely.
Does that rate include breakfast?
Yes, a full buffet breakfast is included for both guests.
Perfect. And does the room have free Wi-Fi and air conditioning?
Yes, all our rooms are equipped with complimentary high-speed Wi-Fi and AC.
That's great. Okay, I'd like to book it.
Wonderful. I just need to take a few details from you. Could I have your name, please?
Daniel Adams.
Okay, Mr. Adams, your booking is confirmed. We look forward to welcoming you to the Palmwood Hotel on July 10th.
Thank you so much for your help.
You're very welcome. Goodbye.
Wow, you're a pro. I totally believe that was booking a hotel.
Thanks. But see, it's just about using those key phrases.
That's super helpful. Of course, a lot of people book online now, not over the phone.
That's very true. And the vocabulary is pretty much the same. You'll see drop-down menus for room type. You'll check boxes for amenities like parking or pool.
Right.
You know what might be helpful? My biggest tip for booking online is to always read the reviews from other guests.
Oh, that's a great tip. Yeah, you can find out the real story there.
For sure. And also check the cancellation policy.
What's that?
It tells you if you can get your money back if you need to cancel your trip. Sometimes it's free cancellation up to, say, 24 hours, but other times, especially with cheap deals, it's non-refundable.
Oh, that's a super important detail to check. You don't want to lose all your money if your plans change.
Exactly. Read the fine print.
Well, that was a lot of really useful information. So just to recap, we talked about the different types of accommodation.
Hotels, hostels, B&Bs, and vacation rentals.
Right. And then all the key vocabulary you need, like book a room, double room, twin room, and asking about amenities.
And we even practice with a role play.
We did. Hopefully that helps all of you listening feel more confident the next time you need to book a place to stay in English.
We hope so. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for joining us on Let's Learn English.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.